Um, Happy Sunday to us. So we're going to be and I uploaded the flyer, the starting point of a man. So this is the last episode for the starting point of a man morning stage. Morning stage. Morning stage. Your morning stage on earth. And I remember vividly that I mentioned that as a man, we have three stages in life: the morning, the afternoon, and in the night. So our text that we use is a monthly teaching. Our monthly teaching, that's the starting point of a man. The starting point of a man. So the starting point of individual. Okay. Don't let me jump the gun. Proverb 20:29. So that is the text. And I'll be declaring our next topic, our next monthly for July. So our next topic is transformation. Transformation. That will be our next topic for this month that we're about to go into. So hallelujah. So Proverb 20:29. So okay, I can remember vividly that I mentioned to us that when we are talking about the starting point is the beginning of every man. Starting point what? Starting point is the beginning of every man. Is the beginning of what? Of every man on earth. And I remember I also said your starting point, they must not exclude God, your creator. They must know what? They must, for you to have a expected end, for you to have a good life on earth, for your starting point, for it to be able to, when you look back, be like, this is when I was still growing. So there must be a process present, and there must be an investment from your guidance present in your life. I don't know, maybe you call that. So there must be a what? There must be an investment of God in your starting point in life. There must be the investment of God in the starting point of your life. When God is excluded in your life, that means crisis is 100% sure that it will happen in your future. There must be a what? There must be God investment and God present in your starting point. So I would like to split the word. S stand for source, the T stand for time, the A stand for alignment, and the R stand for reality. The other T stand for okay, let's stop at that R, reality. So I would like to pick that word source. Who is your source? When you are growing, who is your source? When I'm talking about your source, who is the spirit that was dwelling inside of you? It really matters a lot. It matters a lot. Yes, it really matters a lot. The starting point, I said, I note here in my note, I said your source, that is your foundation. In that book of Psalms, I said, if the foundation has tí ìpìlẹ̀ bá ti bàjẹ́, kí ni olódo fẹ́ ṣe? Nǹkan tó mú ìpìlẹ̀ tó bàjẹ́ ni pé there are some things that were missing. There are some investments. There is a presence of your maker. The presence of your maker was not present in your life. But it is not too late. It is not what? It is not too late. God can reposition you, and God can bring out beautiful things about your life. God can do what? God can bring out a beautiful life, a beautiful something, a beautiful experience. God can still bring out a beautiful experience from your life. So your starting point on earth must not what? Your guidance must not exclude God. There can be some, maybe they said maybe then they gave birth to them, their parent die, or yeah, so they now transfer them. They was transferring them. Why the transfer? When they was transferring his or her the person, they must not exclude God. They must not do what? They must not exclude God, and the guardian also have a lot of responsibility to take. The guidance has what? A lot of responsibility to cater about. I mean, how your future will be brighter. I want us to know something today. Whatever you see existing in your life today, whatever you see my life existing in my life today, that thing has been processing for a very long time. That thing has been what? It has been processing for a long time. There has been a progression of something. There has been a progression of the there has been a progression of the preparation of that thing before you see before you now began to see the manifestation. If it's failure and if it's success, the starting point really matters a lot. And why I'm just mentioning God, 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 God is because we cannot live outside the one that creates us. We cannot You cannot have a balancing life outside the one that made you, and that provided life for you. He breathed upon you, he breathed upon me. So we cannot live outside the one that creates us. In that book of Genesis, he said, come, let us make man in our own image. So that means God is responsible for your growth. While you are growing on earth, God is responsible. God is what? God is responsible for your growth. So that is that about. I said your source, that is God. I'm still on that. The source of Joseph was what? Was God. Yes. The source of Joseph what? Was God. That is why he could be able to. The Bible tells us in that book of Genesis, there's a verse there that says Joseph became prime minister, or became successful in 30 years old. And he spent 14 years while he was what? He spent 14 years while all the processes when brothers sell him, till when he entered the palace and become something in life. There was a cordial relationship between what? Between Joseph and God. Between what? Between Joseph and God. There is a what? There is a cordial relationship. Hallelujah. 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 I'm just trying to check, maybe the sound is. So what I'm trying to say is your source. Who is your source? Who is your source? Who is your source? When your source is from God, balancing is sure. I don't know, maybe you hear that. When your source is God, balancing of life is sure. Yes. Balancing of what? Of life is sure. When your source is God, balancing of life is very sure. And when your source is also God, what is it called? Light is sure, because God is light. So when your source is also God, peace is sure. So as I was saying, God must be your source. When God is your source, peace is sure. When God is your source, joy is sure. And when God is your source, balancing of life is sure. Hope can you hear me, please? Balancing of life is very sure. He said, I know the thoughts I have for you. That Jeremiah 11 or so, yeah. I know the thoughts I have for you is what? Is to give you an expected, is not, is good, not evil, but to give you an expected end, but to give you a sweet and a beautiful ending. You know, sometimes how God works is God works in a collation of what He has built inside of you. God works in a collation of He has built inside of you. So there is a collation of the investment of God. There must be for any man. About if you see when you meet all these businessmen, they will tell you that mo ti invest in nǹkan báyìí anytime you buy. I investment something like this in this time. I investment something like this in this time. So there has been an investment before they begin to reap from that investment. There has been what? There has been an investment before they began to experience the reality of what they have sown. Where do you grow? Where did I grow? Your environment, your guardian, it really matters. Your environment, your guidance. And when we are talking about fatherhood, I just branch there. Fatherhood is beyond you just giving birth. Fatherhood is what? It's beyond you giving birth. It's beyond you just giving birth to a destiny, not cater for the destiny, not having the enough capacity to train the destiny. Fatherhood is beyond you just anybody. See, I would like to say this. Anybody can have sex. Anybody can have sex. What is sex? Sex is what? Is an intercourse between man and a woman. So that is what bettered maybe you get pregnant or not. So it now depend on the two guardian that gave birth to you. It depend on their capacity. It depend on what they know. It depend on their relationship with God. That will not depend on your own manifestation on earth. It will not depend on your own manifestation on earth. So, please, I would like to urge the single. If you are still single, please get it right before welcoming another destiny. Get it right. I mean, get it right before bringing another destiny to life. Life right first before bringing another life to life. So that is that about that. So when I would like to press more on that, okay, on that your time. So that is the okay. The A, okay. The T stand for your time. So where do you spend your time while you are growing? It's really important. It's really important. Where did you spend your time while growing? The environment you spend your time, fine. I normally see something. God, I'm a testimony of that. I'm a testimony because God has been that's why if I mention some things, it look like maybe I just want to talk or somebody just want to boast or so. Why I intentionally there was a declaration of God pronouncement of God my life. Adeogo oil of grace. So I carry grace. Now why my life dey change? And grace can only be obtained from God. Grace can what? Grace can only be obtained from God. That is that about it. So where did you spend your time? Your time, where it is being spent, it will determine how your future will look like. The I have an example in the Bible and I can spot it out for you. The journey of Samuel when he was staying, God knew that if Samuel, the great prophet, that's why I call him, he's a general. So the experiences and what Samuel need to know, his mother um may not have the great, maybe may not have the enough capacity to build Samuel. God know that God now delay um Hannah so that he could be able to, so that he should okay, if I say this, I think God can be able to give me the child. It was not for me. It said God putted it in her heart. So to make that declaration, and after she made the declaration, she give out Samuel to Eli. Why Samuel was not growing in the hand of Eli. See, let me tell you something. If you come out from a poor background, to show in your future. Yes. If you are from a low, I mean poor, I've mentioned it. Poor doesn't mean maybe you are poor in the spirit. They may be spiritually highly, but they are not financially stabilized. So when you come out from a broken financially stable life, there is problem. Oh. Please start fixing it. That's why I said if you are still single, start fixing what you need to fix. Single, when we are talking about single, I think I still want to bring the topic single. Who is when you are single is a great advantage for your destiny. Because okay, look at, we all went to primary school, singular and plural. So when we're adding plural, there is an s that will come before it. So but the single, this capacity that the single carry, that is what will determine the outcome of the plural. That is the s that will come before it. It will determine the heaviness of the s. That's not where we are going. We are bringing it officially. Yes. So your time, and the thirdly point here on my table is where you are aligned to. Where are you aligned to? Please, where are you aligned to? Where are you aligned to? Alignment is like when your source, it also means maybe your source. Yes, your source, where you are connected to. Where you are what? Where you are connected to. Where Daniel was connected to, where Samuel, okay, Samuel and David will be our case study. Samuel and David. So where Samuel was connected to determine who Samuel become on earth. Where David was connected to depend on what he became on earth. So please, if you have not married, this message is also for you. And if you have married, start making correction. Start making correction of all those processes. Success is not a magic, please. Success is not a magic. Success has processes. And success is a collation, that is my own definition, is a collation of the manifestation of the grace of God in your life, of the reality of God in your life. That is my own definition of success. Is a collation of what God has invested inside of you. Hallelujah. Is a collation of what God has invested in you. Is a collation. Please, when you get it right early, your life will be beautiful. When you get it right early, your life will be beautiful. So please, make God your while you are still growing now, when you are about to give birth, please let God be present in the presence of that child life. But if that one will happen, you have to call your journey with God must be continued. You have to start making correction. You have to start what? Making correction. So where Samuel grew, reflected in his journey. Where David grew reflected in his journey. Yes, where the both of them grew, it reflected in their journey in life. So please, I'm urging you and I'm begging everyone, God be your source. Let God be your source. And also, number 2 point is, as a parent, I'm urging us now. I uploaded some with it from the first episode and the second episode, why there was a boy playing basketball. Yeah, there is a boy playing basketball. So those are there is a spiritual investment and a physical investment. There is a what? There is a spiritual investment and there is a physical investment. What spiritual investment will do to you? Spiritual investment will let you see ahead of time and will give you peace or give you balancing on earth. But what physical investment will do to you will give you a what? A stability of financial breakthrough on earth. When other people are complaining, you will not complain. When other people are saying, I cannot do this project is beyond what I can do. I cannot move abroad. That one will not be your, you will be able to do them easily. That is what the physical investment will do to your soul. We have spiritual education and we have physical education. That's not where we are going. Where the physical investment. Physical what? There must be a physical investment present in your life. Please, as a parent, we must try. If you are still single, start. You can Google what is spiritual physical investment. So the investment that will make your life easy on it, the investment that will give you a financial stability, the investment that will give you speed with the purpose of God for your life. I've mentioned this countless without time. When you see a man that have a balancing life on it, there is a presence of the physical investment and the spiritual investment. So what spiritual investment is also do to your afterlife is you will make heaven. When you are the sons of God, you make heaven. So what physical investment will do to you on earth, it will what? It will help you to be able to manage your work with God. You will be wealthy, you have money. So there is a what? There is a physical investment and there is a spiritual investment that must be present in your life. They must be what? They must be present in your life. They must be present in your life. So I'm urging you as a parent, I'm urging you as a guardian, start making the correction now. That's why you see the rate of poverty in Nigeria today depend on what? The rate of poverty in Nigeria today depend on the kind of parent that we are having. Yes, I can boldly say it. The rate of the children that are hawking in the streets today depend on the children that were the parents that are parenting them or the guardian that are parenting them. So please let your life see. I will say it. Me I don't wish to. I'm not too small to go to. I'm not too young to go to Canada. I'm not too young. I'm not too young to live a better life on earth. I'm not too young. People wey dey live am, dem no get word. Na something don happen to them. So I'm not too young, but there must be a processes in the beginning. There must be what? There must be something that will be present. That is what? The investment that will give you a better life on earth. There must be what? A investment of God in your life. So as I was saying, there must be the investment of God and the investment of your guardian in your life. Proverbs 20:29. We admire the strength of youth and respect the grey hair of age. I love this. We what? We admire the strength of the youth. So what this verse is trying to say is, that is our text, is what? Is telling us that if you are old, people cannot admire your strength. You didn't mean that you jumping now. Jump, 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 jump. Strength. Where you go do am. Don't say Oyekon that is singing, meet me on Kiniko, meet me on, he still get the strength. Now I still dey talk am o. Please, get your life right early. Get your life right early. Presence of God, the investment must happen to you early. So we are so sorry, please. We are having some little light this at our end here, please. So the investment of God must be present in your life early. When it is early, God will be able to can hand over some things to you. God will be able to what? To hand over some things to. So this verse says, we admire the strength of the youth. So there is a admire, there is a when we are talking about admire, maybe I love this thing. Okay, can I invest in this? Can I do this? Can I do this? So there will be what? There will be a transaction early. When you get it right early, there will be a what? There will be a transaction of wealth when you get it right early. Any man you see today that they are making transaction with, maybe when the man has 40 years or so, there has been something, there has been, the investment is present. So the investment of God and the investment, physical investment, must be present in your life. Must be what? It must be present in your life. So he said we admire, and one version says, NIV also, it says, the strength of the youth is their glory. So your strength is your glory. You can still go up and down now. Start investing, start doing that course. If you need to go for extra course, start taking them. This is where you can do all. When you are still young, you have many advantage. When you are still single, you have many advantage because another S has not joined. Kò tí di plural. So when you are still single, before it turn to plural, tó bá sọ pé boy, 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 tó bá ti fẹ́ di plural, kí ló máa ṣe? Boys, boys. That means there is a level of growth, there is a level of change tó máa, and I see something. There are some things that you can learn easily when your brain is still fresh. When Mark, the one that owns Facebook, they have started what? He have started early. Facebook, the one that owns YouTube, I was talking to one of my colleagues, I said, the person that owns YouTube, the man he has started making research early. So, and YouTube, I think he bring out 2004, and look at it now, 2006 now. Look at YouTube now. Look at what YouTube is doing now. So, where there must be what? There must be an investment early so that your life can be beautiful on earth. So as I was saying, please make it right early. If you are married, make it right. So I will because of our much of our time, I will be rounding up soon. Yes, I'll be rounding up soon. I'll be rounding up soon. I want us to go with this verse. Yes, I want us to go with this verse before we go. Um, okay, hallelujah. Um, okay, that's Proverb 8. That Proverb 8 8:35, Proverb 8:35 said, those who find me find life, and the Lord will be pleased with them. He said, me, those who find me find life. Those who don't find me hurt themselves. Anyone who hates me love death. See, I would like to say this. The death that they're talking about is still a death that maybe your soul will die. Yes, your soul will die. It's true. Your soul will die. And you may not get heaven. At the same time, you don't know Jesus. But at the same time, I would like to tell us this. When you see any man that his future is bright, or anybody future can be bright because it depends on the source. But if you want to have a peaceful and a expected end, the thought I have for you. So the thought God have for us is not what? The thought God have for us is not for us to have to what? To to now begin to do what? To have a end that will not glorify him. I don't know, maybe you call that. You will not have a end that will not glorify him. You will not have the end that will not glorify him. So we are closing already. So those who find me find life, and the Lord will be pleased with them. So when you find God early, you will find life early. That I want us to check another verse so we can round it up. Okay, okay, that Proverb 9 also, he said, wisdom has built her house and made 7 columns for its years. Okay, she has an animal killed for the feast. So, okay, he said, wisdom has built an house. That's why I said, when we have one more verse to check, please. We are already when God is present, when the investment of God is present, wisdom will be present. Number two is that Proverbs 7 verse 11. He said, I am wisdom. I am better than jewels. Nothing you want can compare with me. I am wisdom. I have insight. I have knowledge and sound judgment. Okay. So let's stop at that verse 12. Okay, verse 14 said, I make plan and carry them out. I have understanding and I am strong. I help king to govern. So when you carry God, you carry the one that help king to govern. So please let God be what? Your source. So can you just pray, Lord, help me? Lord, help me. Lord, help me. Glory be to Jesus. This will be the end of our teaching today. But before I go, I've said it. Our July edition, our July series, the topic will be what? Transformation. God is here to transform us in the month of July. So there will be some little teaching in it. So we have some our live, so we'll be coming to some of this week. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching. So as you are watching, please keep sharing, keep sharing. Let us subscribe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká subscribe, please. So thank you. I love you. See you later.